The official account of Kurt Cobain's death. Kurt Cobain, the iconic frontman of Nirvana, was discovered dead in the greenhouse of his Seattle home on April 8, 1994, by an electrician installing security lights. The Seattle Police Department quickly ruled the death a suicide, determining that Cobain had died 3 days earlier on April 5 from a self-inflicted shotgun wound to the head, with high levels of heroin in his system and a suicide note nearby. Cobain had recently left a drug rehab facility in Los Angeles and returned to Seattle, without his wife Courtney Love's knowledge, amid reports of his deepening depression and substance abuse issues, rising suspicions and private investigation. Shortly before his death, Courtney Love, Cobain's wife and whole frontwoman, hired private investigator Tom Grant to locate Cobain after he fled rehab. Grant, still on Love's payroll when the body was found, began questioning the official narrative almost immediately. He pointed to the absence of fingerprints on the shotgun and other items at the scene, suggesting possible tampering or staging. Grant also highlighted the massive dose of heroin, 1.5 milligrams per liter of blood, arguing it would have incapacitated Cobain, making it impossible for him to inject himself and then fire the weapon coherently. Financial motives and the suicide note controversy. Conspiracy theorists, led by Grant, speculated that Love had strong motives tied to Cobain's rumored plans to divorce her, and his rejection of a lucrative $10 million Lollapalooza headlining offer, which could have altered their shared finances. A key element of the theory revolves around the suicide note, found pinned to a flower pot. Grant claimed its bottom section, addressing Love and their daughter Frances, appeared added or altered to mask a longer message about leaving the music industry, rather than ending his life. Forensic analysis by experts, however, has supported the note's authenticity as a suicide declaration, with linguistic patterns consistent throughout. Courtney Love's alleged role in murder theories. Theories directly implicating Love gained traction through claims by figures like Eldon L. Juice Hoke, a punk rocker who alleged Love offered him $50,000 to kill Cobain during a 1997 interview, a statement he reportedly passed a polygraph test on. Hoke's mysterious death days later struck by a train fueled further speculation of a cover-up. Books like Who Killed Kurt Cobain by Ian Halperin and Max Wallace expanded on Grant's work, portraying Love as central to a plot driven by career ambitions and control over Nirvana's legacy, with her attempts to suppress their publication adding to the intrigue. Even Cobain's grandfather, Leland Cobain, echoed doubts, publicly stating he believed his grandson was murdered until his own death in 2013. Police re-examinations and dismissals. In 2014, Seattle police reopened the case at public request, developing previously undeveloped film and reviewing files. But Detective Michael Jasinski reaffirmed the suicide ruling, finding no new evidence of foul play. The release of crime scene photos in 2016, including the full view of the shotgun, directly countered claims of a police cover-up or melted evidence. Nirvana's former manager Danny Goldberg and bassist Chris Novoselic have repeatedly dismissed the theories as baseless, attributing them to fans' grief over Cobain's loss and his documented suicidal ideation, including a prior overdose in Rome ruled an attempt. The FBI even maintained a file on persistent conspiracy letters from the public, but no federal investigation ensued. Legacy of the theories. Despite official closures, the Courtney Love murder theories persist in documentaries like Soaked in Bleach and online forums, amplified by Love's controversial public persona and legal battles over Cobain's estate. Halperin later clarified that while Love's behavior raised questions, concrete proof of murder exists, and the theories often overlook Cobain's well-documented struggles with addiction and mental health. As of recent analyses, the consensus among authorities and close associates remains that Cobain's death was a tragic suicide, though the conspiracies endure as a haunting footnote to grunge's rise and fall.
Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most compelling figures. See you next time.